Little known fact that when Freddie Hubbard was playing a Bach trumpet in the early 60s, he was actually playing on a Mercedes model. This is a Mercedes we have for sale in the shop, and it's really fun. Stay tuned and I'll tell you a little bit more about it. Thanks. Hey everybody, it's Trent Austin from Austin Custom Brass. Thanks again for watching this video. And if you have any questions, always we're available for you at 816-410-0826 or info@Austin Custom Brass. Hit that subscribe button. Stay up to date with us. We always have cool videos of very rare horns, and there's over 60, I know for sure, mini lessons and more in the queue that are launching shortly. Thanks again. This horn, Mercedes, Bach Mercedes, you might not know that. Most people, when they think of Bach trumpet, and justifiably so, they think of the Stradivarius. Now, when Vincent Bach was making trumpets, when he started, he actually had 3 different models. The Stradivarius was his top line. The Mercury, which we had a Mercury, an old one, I think serial number 468 or something, really old. Mercury was his lowest line. And then the Mercedes was like in between, something that was really high quality, but not necessarily had all the quote unquote refinements of the Stradivarius. Also, it wasn't as much customizable as the Stradivarius was. In general, although some of the early Mercedes were large bores with a very unique mandrel, the number 14 mandrel. And if you ever wondered what the mandrel numbers are, they don't really indicate size. They were just periods of experimentation that Bach had. And some of them were similar mandrels, but maybe they were spun with different materials. There's a little bit of a haziness on that because of Bach's, there's a little folklore as well. But the Mercedes, this Mercedes at least, is a very classic setup when they had it in New York. First, let me show you the logo of the bell. So there you see, just like it would say Stradivarius, model, Vincent Bach Corporation, New York, and the 67, which you can't really see because it's a little bit light in the photo. 67 is the postal code of where Bach was shipping and producing his instruments. The other cool thing about this horn, one, it's silver plated. Almost all the Mercedes trumpets I know are lacquered. So more likely than not, this was a re-lacquer in the course of its time, only because there is a little bit of the fading on the logo where you might have seen a little buffing, just a little bit on the model, right? You might be able to see that. The light down here in the studio is not as great either, but a little bit of fading there. Also, it has that great Vincent Bach. Oh, let's focus. This camera is not as good as my other camera, unfortunately. There you go. But it has that famous Bach stamp. The receiver is a little short for a period receiver, but it's probably a good thing because some of those receivers really pushed the pitch up. There was a period where Vacchiano was testing for the Bach factory, and he had the horns play pretty high. So this either is a modern replacement lead pipe or just a replacement receiver. And then it's got these cool buttons, and I've got a little picture of those too. Those are the buttons, which I don't know who did the buttons. Maybe it's in the listing. And always, the listing is in the description of all of our YouTube videos. But the Mercedes, this one, was a medium bore, 453, and had the 38 mandrel, which was slightly tighter than the 37. I love the sound of the 38 mandrel. It's really crisp. It's really robust. I mean, it has a really wonderful center on the articulation. I also want to let you know that I'm not a huge fan of the 37 mandrel, but 43, 72, 38, and 65 are my favorites in the Bach. 25, which is the standard large bore, which is very similar to this as well. So without further ado, let's do some playing. The audio always on these clips is completely raw. It is being recorded into a nice microphone, but it's still very raw. And I'm going to use my operato conversion 1C, and then I'll play some stuff on a lead mouthpiece as well. Never play that. It does have a vibe. This horn has a vibe for sure. Um, and again, it has that tight wrap like they had in the New York box. Very tight, compact. Um, Total vibe on this horn, and I love it. Really versatile horn, very cool, diverse sound shape. Little compact because of the medium bore, of course, but boy, this horn plays. And it's priced really fairly for a New York Bach. Um, for sale at ACB. Again, thank you so much for your support. If you have any additional questions, hit that subscribe button, stay up to date with us, and thanks so much. Take care.